I'm not really in the habit of saying I told you so. It really isn't good form, especially when so many of my peers were predicting the same thing. We just paid attention. We looked at trends, and voila, we were right. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, hiss and foes, welcome to the Culture Casino!
The Black Widow slide was something we all pretty much saw coming. Tom and I had talked about it on Tuesday last week, and I talked about it also on Friday. Then again, we gave it the Postmortem treatment on Sunday with the Bounding Into Comics team. It is a historic slide in a second weekend. That's right, the fall off for Black Widow week over week is a real problem. It has even fallen behind the laughable Ant-Man vs. Wasp's performance in its theatrical entry, and that's not a good thing, considering it's now in last place. A fall of 67% is 10% more than any of the recent other films that have been released in the post-global crisis period of time. Performance for the weekend rang up at $26.25 million. This means the tepid performance of Space Jam at $31.65 million was able to stretch Black Widow and into first place. Pretty handily, to be honest with you. The ground ahead of Black Widow's release was softened in many different ways. The biggest scapegoat was established as piracy. Going into the film, they were worried about, or they claimed to be worried about piracy, so they sowed those seeds deeply. That way that would allow for them to point at that as the reason there were such poor legs for the film. They did not want to expose their very cannibalization of the box office by their streaming strategies, which, again, a lot of people question. There has to be a reason that for the first time the film is going to underperform, because it's a big Marvel film, and to their credit, at least they're not making it a male thing. Not that they could, because they came out very strongly suggesting that, the characters in this film had their appeal dialed down a bit. That's a nice way to say that. A call for transparency, of course, in the second weekend went unheard by Disney, who did not follow up on their unprecedented earnings release for the opening weekend. That's right, mum was the word. They were happy to tell us what happened the first weekend, probably the one where there was a substantial amount of positivity, and maybe that should tell us something about the films that were released in Premiere Access previously. But I digress. And this action by them doesn't inspire confidence that the earnings numbers changed enough that they're willing to present it as any kind of news. Disney as a company only presents good news, and I think most large corporations try to focus on that policy. So honestly, maybe that isn't terribly surprising. Regardless, there are still people out there trying to detract from performance issues with this film. And if you have some time to read this Forbes article by Scott Mendelson, he's throwing out there that the NATO, which is the National Association of Theater Owners, that they reacted too harshly in their criticism of Black Widow being a hybrid release, a day-and-date release as we've come to know them. He draws a lot of odd conclusions from the occasional good piece of data, but frankly, you've heard these before out of other people's mouths in many streams and videos. I don't know, maybe he's a little late to the party, or he just finally started watching one of our channels. And I guess that's it. Kind of what I'm going to call the postmortem for this film, unless somehow it finds a way to surprise us, which I doubt a lot. So because this is a rather short video today, please go and look at so much conversation that occurred surrounding the fall of the Black Widow, which can be found in the first hour and a half over on Midnight's Edge in the morning from July 19th, which as of this recording is today. But do check it out whenever you do watch the video. It's well worth your time, and it outlines some things that have been being said about this particular model that are not flattering. That's a nice way to put that. But there are lots of brilliant insights to be gathered there. And of course, be sure to support other independent creators here on this platform. They are not getting the same kind of boost as, well, obviously the mainstream. And while there may be a reason for that that's not insidious, these people work very hard to give you something to watch each and every day. They perform a service so that you don't have to fall into the trap of one particular mindset. And with that being said, I'll end the video the same way I always do, which is to say, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Hey there, one last quick note before I let you go, and before we make it to the end of this video. CultureCasino have a brand new Teespring store. That's right, you can now go to Teespring, look up CultureCasino, or use the link in the video below, and pick out some handsome and beautiful CultureCasino merchandise with many different designs and styles and colors, many different items. I was actually surprised at all of the things that you could create, and I have some more designs and items on the way here shortly. But, you know, if you want to support the channel in that way, there is some merch. Otherwise, here comes the ending. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.